Hey! Hello YouTube and welcome to the stream. We are going to be playtesting the beta version of the game today, and we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started right away. It's time we start playing the game so that we know what needs to be done. And I think there's no better way than to kind of like experience the game as a new player. Obviously, we are not new players when it comes to the game, but I can still kind of like, you know, get in there as a fresh character and just start feeling it. So we're gonna register. We're gonna be newbie. I'm gonna be called newbie 6000, and our password's gonna be, well, I'm not gonna tell you. But you might guess it. We're gonna register. Yeah, we are in. Let's start as a host. Oh, this is not optimal. So before we start, we should change the default spawn into default spawn. All right, here we go. Teme is talking about going to Japan and living there. I think it's a really cool idea. And it could be the best thing you do with your life. But it could also be a big waste of time and money. So I would recommend, Teme, I don't know if you are gonna take my advice. You don't have to take my advice. But I would just like try to scrape together money to visit there first and see if that's you. Yeah. It's such a big leap. Like, we're talking about a country across the world with different language, with different people. If you don't have any connections, it can be a nightmare, even if you think that it's gonna be your dream. So I would be a little bit of a, you know, realistic to start off with. Yeah. But I don't wanna like be a party pooper or anything like that. So I'm just gonna say that I think it's a cool plan. It is a cool plan. Keep researching, gather money, visit there. That's gonna be kind of like your best bet to see. Ooh, we got a black trident right out of the gate. That's really lucky. So what we can actually do here is that we don't actually need to fight these guys now. We can just like equip our trident and just start fishing. And this way we're gonna get a bunch of purchase, and apparently it's really fast. It's kind of hard to see the fishing place here. So I think we could do something about that. I'm gonna write down. Okay. So there's a couple of things I want to do. First things first. Let's go to Stream Elements and go into Overlay, Stream Elements. I'm gonna add as a timer. Brogox is here, good day. Living in Japan is pretty nice, but work life can be rough. Yeah, I hear the work life is horrible. So I'm gonna just go ahead and create a new overlay, and this is gonna be the timer. So I wanna see how long it takes to get into places. So let's do... So there's a countdown. Is there like a counting up? Timer. Streams, chat. Custom widget. How does countdown work? Count dates. Okay, so that doesn't exist. Stream elements. Timer widget. Countdown timer. Getting started with timers. Countdown timer editor. What? OBS timer? Well, I don't know. Like, maybe I can... Is there like a freaking timer website? Online timer with alarm. No, I want it to be like counting up. Stopwatch. Yeah, this is it. Alright, so let's put this bad boy on. Alright, so this is gonna be our timer now. I'm just gonna put it on the other screen. All right, so we are gonna do a bunch of fishing because we got the trident. We can just see how we progress. And also I'm gonna do a bug list. So let's do this new. This is gonna be like beta playtest. Beta playtest. I don't know. Bug list. All right. So first of all, first fishing spot needs work. All right. There it is. Japan isn't the best place for foreign people, if I understand correctly. It can be really harsh work and have a social life as a foreigner. Our friend moved there with his wife, who is Japanese, and said it would have been crazy without her. Yeah, I've heard a lot of mixed kind of like experience as well. A lot of people really love it, but I think quite many people who have moved there, I think they are actually saying that you should visit Japan. You shouldn't live here. That's kind of like the idea that I've gotten. Because of the, the work life is impossible. The people can be quite like difficult to get to know, and it's gonna be hard to get to working, and so yeah. I think if you're like looking at social media, kind of like PewDiePie living his dream life in Japan, you kind of get a really twisted, view of what it's like, because the guy's a millionaire and he's been doing it. Walking animation is so cute, Seika. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love it. It's the work of Ilomski. He's an amazing artist. All right, so we're gonna be killing these for the bloods, basically. So the blood is the most important thing that they drop. They also drop. They have a small chance of dropping the black sword, and it would be really valuable to kind of like get the black sword as well, because that way we would be skipping quite a bit of the first mineral farming. I think getting the black trident was like super lucky, because now we can just like focus on farming. We don't need to be doing that much fishing. I think the fishing was tad too fast. Fishing too fast, because we got like inventory full of purchase like in no time. So I think that's something we could think about. Demo says, I've done a bunch of research of the country. Stuff like how it's like living there as a foreigner and what to expect. Hey, that's good stuff, yeah. That's good stuff, dude. That's good stuff. I think you could be looking into some sort of like these programs. It can be uni, it can be something else, but there's some programs you can attend which are gonna help you kind of like find a place in Japan, So maybe you can like work there for some time, and they're gonna like help you get a job. Or maybe you can use the schooling system to kind of like be there. Sabanderos, how's it going? It's going good. Oh, we got a black sword. That's actually huge. What the hell? We're hitting 3. That's quite much. Black sword. Black sword. Okay, that's supposed to be W. Black sword hitting for 3. That's quite a lot. I did some like combat calculation tweaks. I kind of like changed how the damage minimum is calculated, and 3 seems a little much. But yeah, right now I have no trouble getting heals. because of my Black Trident luck. But if I didn't have the Black Trident luck, then I would basically be just trying to scavenge some berries. I have to get going. Goodbye, everyone. Hey, Electro. Always a pleasure. I'll see you tomorrow, alright? How's it going? But yeah, Sabaderos is really going really good. What about you? What about you? So we are doing good. We are only 5 minutes in the playtest. And we're already like cooking. Do you guys want to see the timer on the screen? We already got like 5, 6 bloods. I can't remember how many we need, but I'm just gonna get like 10. I'm just gonna get like 10. I think that's gonna be really good for us. Jaco, how's the damage calculation done? So I can give you kind of like the broad overview. I don't want to reveal too much because this is actually one of the things that I wanna kind of like hold it as a semi-mystery, because I don't want to like reveal the exact calculations like right away, because then people are gonna be like, yeah, all right, so I know how everything works, and then they're gonna be, you know, like everything's gonna be figured out. So I'm just gonna give you kind of like the broad idea. So first, there's kind of like we're calculating the hit chance, so if you're actually doing damage or not, and that has to do with your attack level and the opponent's defense level. So that's kind of like the first thing. Then there's the actual like maximum damage that you can do, and it has to do with your strength level and the defense of the opponent. So we're kind of like calculating how much you could potentially hit. And then finally, we are randomizing the number, like how much you're actually hitting. And the weapon you have, like the tier of the weapon you have, kind of like affects the kind of like base damage. So that's the kind of like overview. That's the overview. I want it to be I want it to be kind of like interesting, so that armor has place, and it always should have place. But if you have like a good weapon, the weapon is gonna go like through worse armor. Like it's not going to affect it that much, but it's still going to affect it, you know. So I want the armor to, or kind of like the defense to matter. But you can do without it. You can win someone with armor, even if you don't really have one yourself. So yeah, we're gonna have to be tweaking the stats eventually. This is kind of like the first test we're doing for the beta, where I changed everything. How many plots we have? So we still have 7. We need more. We definitely need more. 7 bloods. Let's do like 10. We are really cooking. Like, I think maybe 1% is too generous. Or however much we had. We got another Black Trident. Like, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. I think the Black Trident is dropping too often. Like, that's gotta be the consensus. Easy gives too many tridents. Then again, I think it's kind of... Oh, okay, so we got another black sword. Like, oh my god, this is... We're so lucky, or maybe it's just so common, I don't know. Yeah, so we are really cooking now. Okay, so how many bloods we have now? 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have a black sword. I think we're gonna just get a couple more bloods and we're gonna be out of here. Okay, that's 1. Hey, Darth Playman, how's it going? Interesting that you wanted to keep it a secret. Will the game be ruined by the first-person decompile? No, it's not. No, it's not gonna be ruined. And it's going to happen. People are gonna figure it out. It's just the fact that there's another black trident, by the way. It's just the fact that I don't want everything to be figured out from day one, you know? Because if you play like online games, once things get kind of like figured out, that's kind of like the pivot point in the game's progression, where it's only a matter of time basically when everyone knows how the game works. And once the game is kind of like figured out, I think it's kind of like loses some of its magic. Maybe that's just my kind of like cynical way of thinking about it, but that's how I see it. How's the loot randomized? Is it truly random or pseudo-random somehow? All of the mobs have drop tables where they have the possible items they can drop. And yeah, so it took us like 11 minutes. So I'm gonna do like the timers here. Timers. It took us 11 minutes to get basically like black sword, black trident, and like 10 bloods. And we actually got like many of these. Let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 black tridents. So we actually got this by 4 and this by 2. All right. So now what we can do is we basically can we could work on a couple things. But let's visit bank first. Wait, how many black shadows are there? There's at least 6. Alright, so I'm gonna go and put my bloods in here. Let's see if I should I should probably like salvage these tridents. We only need 1. But yeah, the loot is random, like when it comes down to like the items that are set to drop. So it doesn't make any sense to salvage black tridents because they don't return anything. Black sword would return us a couple bloods, but I don't think we're gonna be doing that. I think that's a little unfortunate. The black trident doesn't give you anything. Should it give you something? I think it might. I think it might make sense for it to give something. Alright, so we've got the black sword, we got the bloods. Yeah, let's see here. I think what we should be doing now is farming the black shadows. So they have a small chance of dropping the black armor. Ooh, we got black ore, yeah. So what we can do with the black ore is we can obviously smelt it into bars, and we can also craft some of the stuff we're missing. Yonsei, good day, good day. This graphic gives cool vibes. Yeah, I love it. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good, guys. Even if we're missing like a bunch of assets still. This is kind of like a test to see if the game is if the game feels good. How's Yonsei doing? All right, we are giving them a whack. Nothing from him. I think it would be all right if the kind of like the easy phase would be really fast, but I want the game to slow down, and I want the kind of like I want the players to start doing different things pretty soon. So it's not gonna be all about farming the mobs. I think we really need the black robe here. We're kind of like struggling. We're taking quite a bit of damage. The flip looks so cool when you start a fight. Really? Oh, that's really nice. Nice to hear. Let's go see what... I can't remember what the black armor needs. So black armor needs 5 blood and 5 black ingots. So we still need quite many. So we only have 2. We could do... What we could actually do here is... let's actually take another kind of like look. We could do a pickaxe. It's only 1 and 1, so we can do that, and then we can get a pickaxe, and then we could, you know, like do a bunch of black ore. That's kind of like the idea I had behind this as well, is that these guys drop some black ore so that you can get... I can't remember how many you needed this, so I'm gonna take 5. So the kind of like the idea was that you can do your first pickaxe easily, and then you can kind of like get into mining, and then you can get the rest of the gear fairly easy. All right, so let's melt the black. So now we got 1 black bar. We should be able to do a black pickaxe. So it was only 1. There it is. So now we have a black pickaxe. Very good. So what I'm gonna do now is gonna visit the bank real quick. Let's heal. And here we go. We're gonna go visit the mining place and see kind of like how long does it take. So I'm gonna put everything away. And I'm even going to put away the sword. Alright, so we are clean. Let's visit the black minerals. So we are 16 minutes in or so, 17 minutes in. Working with 1 project which should be launched soon. Ooh, that sounds cool. Alright, so I'm just gonna go sit camp here, and we're gonna start mining and see how we do. Let's see how we do. We got a couple already. Mining seems to be pretty quick. I think it's alright. With truly random loot, no matter how much you tune the loot tables, you might end up in a situation where you get a lot of black equipment. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It is true. I don't know, like, if that's something we should do or not. Like, randomness is quite a bitch. And when you think something has a low, like, drop chance, it can still drop, like, all the time. Like, that's what I've noticed. Like, if something has 5% drop chance, it's gonna freaking drop all the time. Like, if you can spam the, kind of like, if you can spam the odds, 5% is, like, all the time. So I'm thinking, like, even the tridents, I think I gave it, like, 2.5% chance or something. It was dropping freaking all the time. Yeah, random is really funny, and people kind of like... People are really bad at estimating the randomness. Okay, so we got a full bag of black ore really quickly. I'm just gonna go ahead and smelt them right away. So we're gonna go into smelting. I'm just gonna spam this so we get our bars. Seems like we got a whole lot that we shouldn't. Huh. I'm gonna put that down. Smelting. Smelting feels generous. I don't know what happened, but it, like, with 20 ores we got like 15 bars. Like, what the hell was that? Ice AG! Last time we played the game, attacking NPC from distance felt unresponsive. A player did not follow it, and no indication of the NPC you had selected from the combat have NPC highlighting. Yeah, that's true, Ice AG. That's a good point. I think this is going to be enough. I think it was 5 black ingots. So let's take everything. Well, we can't take everything. I think this is gonna be like 10. We should be able to fill all of this, yes. All right, let's see what we can do with 10 and 10. Can we do a black rope? How's it going, our friend from Iceland? Ice, age. Ice, age. Yeah, I agree. The kind of like the chasing down mobs is it's a little awkward. Yeah, so it's 5 and 5, so we can craft our black rope now. And we don't really need any of these others, so we're gonna need a black gem for this. We could do a black trident, but we already have that. So next up we have the green sword. So I'm gonna mark this down as how long it took us to get the black stuff. So I'm gonna put on my black robe. Just gonna put everything in the bank. Take my sword away. We should do some fishing. I think we should do some fishing. Alright, so it took us 21 minutes to get basically black robe, black sword plus black robe. So kind of like the first tier where we don't have the amulets and the rings, but they're not gonna be as important. So I think what we're gonna try to do here is we're gonna try to get to Coco Birds, because Coco Birds are gonna be the key to getting to tier 2, so I think that's what we're gonna do. Been good. The weather been so good. I've barely been on the web for weeks. Oh my god. Good weather? What is that? What kind of sorcery is that? Yeah, this fishing spot is pretty bad. It's really hard to see what's happening. And it's kind of like hard to see the icon as well. But we're gonna need a whole lot of purchase. Seiko says that the random is really funny. It's great how people perceive pseudo-random to be truly random and the other way around. Yeah. There was, I think it was this YouTube channel Veritasium. I have no idea how to pronounce it. But they had a great video about random. It's basically when you ask people, give a random number, they tend to give very unrandom numbers. Guys, if you want to participate in this little demo, type a random number from 0 to 100. What would you consider to be a random number? Code Red Games 1. How's it going, Code Red Games? Nice to see you. So 1, all right, fair. Any other random numbers, just from the top of your head? 47. All right, fair enough. Any other random numbers? No, what from 0 to 10, I says Edgy. 72 says Frunchi. Nice to see you, Frunchi. All right, we got a bag full of purchase now, which should be good for us to go to Coco Birds. Null exception, yeah. 8. 8 is good, all right. Any other numbers? Any other random numbers? All right, let's put our pickaxe and our trident goes into bank. We have a whole lot of food, so let's go with this. I'm thinking like, do the black shadows drop me anything? Not really. 48.23 blah blah blah. all right. Maybe if we're talking about like full numbers, like integers. So the thing that they found was that when you ask people to give random numbers, they very rarely give like whole tens. So for some reason, for our brains, it's more random if you say something like 7 than it is to say like 10. So if you like take the distribution of like a lot of people giving random numbers, what you notice is that you rarely get like whole tens. And I think that's correct. Like, people totally do that. Like, none of you said 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, or you know how it goes. People think 7 is random. So what a lot of people said, I think this was the number. I think a lot of people repeated the number 37. Like 37 is a random number to people. And a lot of people were saying 37. Ilumski was pretty close. Ilumski said 47. And the 7 is kind of like, you know, it's the random number in people's brain. And I think it's really interesting. It's really interesting. Exactly, most people think 37 is the most random number, yeah. And I think the number 37 came up like a lot. And there was obviously like a lot of like tricksters and memers around, so like 69 and 42 I think were kind of popular as too. So I think they kind of like excluded them because of the fact that they are meme numbers. Ei, Firepony, kyllä tästä. Nyt playtestataan. Katsotaan miten kauan meillä menee, että me päästään pelissä johonkin asti. Yeah, that is interesting. I think so too. So people are really bad at kind of like giving random numbers. So if somebody is asking you for a random number, just give them like 10. Just say 10. Nobody ever is gonna say 10. Finland, yeah! Code Red Games, where were you from? I've forgotten if I've asked you. Seiko says that also according to the study, 7 was more frequently mentioned than 37. But I think all the numbers under 10 were also excluded. Could have been, yeah, I could have been, I can't remember. Poland! The Kurvaland. Hey, we love you guys in Poland. Perkele, that's all I know. Yeah, that's pretty same. That's pretty much the same that I know about Polish. Yeah, we have a funny coincidence in Finnish language. It's that we have a random word which means to swim in Finnish. Can I get the freaking oar? Like, oh my god, this is the worst. Is there a way to get the oar? Oh no. Guys. Okay, so that's annoying. Okay, let's put that down in the box. 1 second, I'm gonna tell the story. So, loot getting behind rocks. Yeah, so you can see it, but you can't click it. That's really annoying. It's from Clayman's stream. Clayman told me about the mistranslation from Finnish to English in newspaper that happened. All right, I don't know if this is the same thing. So yeah, in Finnish, the word to swim, polskia, it's like really like sounds the same than like the Polish people or something. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Gotta love the Poles. Yeah. Ooh, first bones that we ever see. So we are running out of food, which means that I think this is like the perfect difficulty. We are kind of farming these mobs, but we're also taking quite a bit of damage. So we can't like farm these indefinitely. So I think the balance is pretty good here. You're gonna get whooped with no armor, and you still kind of get whooped if you have black armor. So what I want the people to do is kind of like work on, you know, like farming a little food before they come here. And you should be getting a bunch of green ores so that you can probably get, you know, like a green armor fairly soon. All right, so we got another green ore. We're running out of food, so I think we gotta like skedaddle. I think we gotta skedaddle at this point. Let's see how many you need. I think you need quite a bit more, to be honest. Headline was translated to English. Lindman got a kiss from his wife. He plans to fuck her with foot in a serious way. Obviously, in Finnish it meant completely something different. Panna jalalla koreasti. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, fuck a Korean, yeah. Alright, so we have 4 of those. So I'm gonna put everything down. And we gotta do some more fishing. And let's go see what the recipe was, because I can't remember them. So how many do you need for a green robe? I actually think it's probably gonna be more beneficial to get the robe than the sword. So green robe is 5, 5, and the black one. So you need like 10 ores, maybe less. That's not too shabby. Although I'm completely forgetting about it again. We can do a green pickaxe. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. And even a green trident would be fairly useful at this point. This art style really reminds me of Don't Starve. Yep, that's the biggest inspiration in the art style. I'm a big sucker for Don't Starve. I love the shit out of it. So we're 30 minutes in. And we are really struggling to get purchase now. What the hell? What's happening? I was like super unlucky there. I was super unlucky there. Don't Starve, one of my all-time favorites. Easily. Alright, so I think what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna retreat. And we're gonna see what the requirements were for the tier 2 profession items. Because I think we could just get a pickaxe and maybe even the trident. Let's see. So pickaxe is 2 and 2. I think we might be able to do that. What about the green tridents? Yeah, it's the same. Alright, so let's take the ores. I think we even have some leftover blocks. Let's take a look. So we have 5 and 5. Alright. Alright. Let's give it a go. I'm unsure what the smelting is currently giving. It feels like it's just too generous. So we gotta take a look at that. So I'm taking the green. So basically we have 5 ores. If it worked like it was supposed to, I think it should just give me 2 bars. But I think there's kind of like a small chance of giving like an extra bar or something. So let's see. Okay, so we got 1 bar. And we got 1 bar. Okay, so it worked perfectly. It doesn't let me do more. And I should be able to do a green pickaxe, which I can. Now we can go by the bank and drop off some gear. How long you been working on this game? We started with the earliest kind of like version, kind of like the tech demo back in like end of August. So I don't know. Can somebody do the math? Let's put this stuff away. So I'm just gonna like put everything away. And let me think. Where is green? Is green here? I think green is here. But I've been doing mostly like half day, like part time. I haven't been doing like full time, you know, like I don't know, like 7-8 hours a day. Like most of the days I only work for like 4 hours. Yeah. So now we can actually do the green minerals. And apparently we are just not getting any. Okay, here's one. I remember you saying last week you also started game dev around that time. Did you do any other project before this one? Yeah, so I was employed to a local Unity gaming company for 2 years. I worked as a programmer, and I got laid off in the fall, and I started doing this. That's super fast, is it? Thank you, I really appreciate it. Yeah, so currently we're on a schedule of fully releasing this game in the year time span. So we're talking about like next September, October, whatever is gonna be kind of like the full release. I'm trying to get the beta out in the next couple weeks. We need to do a lot of playtesting though. This is the first playtest we're kind of doing. Game dev seems super uncertain in terms of employment. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does 100%. I don't know. There's a weird. It's a weird time in game development right now. There's not a whole lot of money going around. I think kind of like the big studios are kind of struggling, and I think like these AA studios are kind of like popping off lately. So AAA, kind of like the top of the top, are kind of struggling. I think they're kind of like the middle level are kind of like thriving. And then it's kind of like the small studios is kind of like pretty bad as well. There's not much, you know, like venture capital or anything like that happening. So it's just it seems like the whole industry is kind of like reshaping because of like new technology. I think games are easier to make than ever before. That's kind of like the reason. Okay, so we got 20 ores. How many bars do we get? Yeah, I think this is a bug. Yeah, this is hands down a bug. Yeah. That's a bug, yeah. Alright, so smelting feels generous, probably because of spam. So you're getting like way too many ingots. Alright, so let's see what we can do with this. So we can basically do a green trident. What about green robe? So we need 5 bloods. We need 5 bloods for each. So we gotta go kill some Heezy. Still more games being released every day than ever before. Yeah, probably the biggest reason why gaming industry is in the flux that it is that it's just so easy to make games now. It's easy to make games now. That's probably the #1 reason why we are in the place where we are. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get some bloods. So I'm putting everything in the bank. And I'm also gonna go take a look at my food. I think it's time to take it off away from the oven. So I'm gonna pause the timer. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Let's start the timer. So we were at 38 minutes. Here we go again. So I left the food in the oven, but it's currently kind of like I turned it off. You know, there was still quite a bit of liquid in the food. All right, here we go. So we need to farm some Heezys. Let's see how they do against my black armor. They're still hitting me. They are definitely still hitting me. I wonder if quality of the games is reduced. I think it has. Like, I think AAA has proven to be like dog shit. Like, I think like when we're talking about the biggest, what the hell happened to my blood? I got it. So when we're talking about, you know, the biggest of the big of the Western studios like Ubisoft, EA, Activision Blizzard, I think they've basically like only released garbage mostly. Like kind of like the established ones have just like lost their innovation, lost their touch, lost their kind of like art, and they're just like printing money. And now we're kind of like seeing the resurgence of new kind of like these ex-pro studio or like ex-pro developers who are kind of like creating new studios and still have passion. And the AAAs are kind of struggling, they're laying off. Yeah, but then on the other hand, it's kind of like the best time to be indie as well, because of social media marketing and because of powerful free tools like Unity and Unreal and Kokudo and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a whole lot of you know, like creators, whole lot of creators now. Nobody's hiring, and I think it's probably because of like investors are kind of like scared as well. Games probably used to be a fairly sure way to get your money back. Now it's risky, and the economy is whatever it is. So the investors are kind of like holding on to their money, and nobody's getting money in. Yeah, it just feeds the cycle of sadness. Already wishlisted your game. Thank you so much, man. If you have a wishlist or your page, feel free to share it. I would love to check it out. All right, so this feels pretty good. I'm not sure if it's a little too easy. I don't know if it's a little too easy. Feels that the easy never gave me any trouble. I think they could give you just a little bit of a more issue. And we're getting a whole bunch of berries as well. But you gotta remember that when we're gonna play in online setting, we're gonna be competing for berries. And yeah. Okay, so we got another black trident. The black tridents don't really like, you don't even like want to pick them up, which is, I'm not sure if that's optimal. I think there should be, sure, this is what I'm working on. Let's see what it's about. See what it's all about. Rogue Blight. Awesome, you have a video. Ooh, I'm getting like strong, Salt and Sanctuary vibes. What happened to my video? Dude, this looks fire. Dude, this is cool. They're kind of like this map choice where you're heading. Feels like that's that Inscription game, which I think is a really clever way of giving like replayability and kind of like agency and randomness. I think it's clever. Kind of like the 2D vibes gives me the Salt and Sanctuary vibe, where you're kind of like this Souls-like gameplay. Dude, this looks fire, man. This looks fire. It has a demo, guys. Go give it a try. All right. That looks absolutely incredible. Flash game vibe. Yeah, kind of like the characters reminded me of the good old Adventure Quest. If you guys remember that. Okay, so that's a little weird when you're like slicing, you go behind the bush. Very minor issue, but looks a little silly. Problem with AAA, it's just it's expensive to make shit, and they're cutting corners, and it shows. Yeah, I think with the AAA, it's kind of like a mixture of a couple things. So first of all, like games used to be ridiculously expensive to make, and I'm not sure if that's true anymore. And I think kind of like the industry is kind of like figuring out like how much does it actually cost to make games, and what kind of positions you need to fill. And I think it's kind of like outdated what the AAA is working with. So it's like you probably don't need like hundreds of millions of dollars to create a game now. You can probably do one with like 10 millions or something. So people are getting laid off, and we're kind of like figuring out who needs to stay and who needs to go. And then the other thing is kind of like the lack of creativity. So the AAA has kind of like figured out how it's made its billions, you know. So Ubisoft has had its, you know, formula for Assassin's Creed and for Far Cry, and you know, EA has EA has had its, you know, like recipe for sports games and car games, and you know, and Blizzard has had its or Activision has had its, you know, Call of Duties, like yearly Call of Duties and whatnot. So I think it's just like lack of creativity and kind of like being in that proven realm, and it's getting stale, and it has gotten stale. Gamers want something new, something risky, something more with, you know, with soul. So I think like the AA and 1A studios they are the ones kind of like innovating and taking the risks, and AAA is just kind of like doing what makes sense in, you know, like money wise, and it shows. They are just like printing the same game, copy paste every day, every year. Yeah. So we're getting a lot of berries. It feels like every Easy drops a berry. Every Easy drops a berry, which is really good when you start, but it becomes a little too much. It becomes a little too much at this point. Farming bloods taking quite a bit of time, which I think is fine. So now we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bloods. I think we need 10. I think we need 10 before we can move on to go craft the green gear. More berries. Da, 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 da. So I'm feeling unlucky now. I'm feeling unlucky. Killing these guys maybe a little bit too fast. We're only talking about that we have basically like the first weapon, and we're already like stomping these. Maybe it's a little bit too powerful. I'm not sure though. It does feel good. Maybe the beta doesn't have to be so slow. I think we can like slow down the game when we have more to do. I don't know if it makes sense to kind of like slow down the beta unnecessarily much. What do you guys think? Like, should the beta have, you know, like gameplay for days, or is it fine to be kind of like done in a couple of sessions? What do you guys think? Because I think this is relaxing and this is chill. Like this is meant to be a game that you just play with one hand, and you can just like chill and watch a freaking TV show on the other screen. That's the kind of like the purpose of this game. days is fine if it's like weekend. So you're talking about like if you can finish the beta in a weekend, that would be pretty good. Lemates got a long message coming up. I'm gonna read it in just a second. Numbers go up. I don't know about your game, but I'm aiming my beta to be around an hour or 2. All right. I would like my beta to be something you can kind of like finish in like, let's say, a few hours to a couple of days. But it's gonna like you can play it for more than that. Like that would be ideal. That would be ideal in my opinion. Lemay says that for me it feels like AAA tries to do too much with one game. Divide and conquer. More packed products and not just bigger. But it's easier to sell investors the next best thing that's grand and big that actually never comes to what it's meant to be, rather than 10 okay mediocre return games that are more compact and the returns are not 8,000% value. I think that's true. I think Lemage is actually like 100% right. It's like the games need to be bigger than life and they need to have like endless content cycles, like endless gameplay loops. I think it's okay to play a game for 10 hours and be done with it. I think that's completely fine. I don't think every game needs to be, you know, like stretched out to tens of hours or hundreds of hours. Because in some cases you can definitely feel that the game is kind of like, you know, stretched out and just unnecessarily long. It has a lot of filler shit. We got a black sword, there it is. Lilo, Pink and Unicorns, how's it going? Good day, good day. Alright, so we are cooking here. We are beta testing the game of the year 2025. This is Shadows of Tuonela, my game we've been working on for 8 to 9 months now. I think it's 8 months. How's Pink doing? All good in the hood, let's go. So I'm feeling a little unlucky with the bloods right now. So we have 3, 5, 8, 9 bloods. I think we can settle with 10. Let's go with 10. There it is. There it is, boys. All right, so we got 10 bloods now. So what I'm gonna do with this is we're gonna visit the bank and we're gonna see what we can do. So here we go. I'm just gonna put everything in the bank, and we can actually salvage one of the black swords, but I'm not gonna do it, although we are going to need it. So I'm just gonna take all of my, well, let's take 10 green in yachts. Let's actually put that away. So I think we can go like 10 and 10. So like this. That's not 10 and 10. This is 10 and 10. Yeah. So we're gonna go 10 and 10. And we're gonna see what we can do with it. We're gonna see what we can do with it. So are we gonna get into green tier now? Let's see. So we cannot do that because we all right, so yeah, that's unfortunate. So let's drop one of these each and unequip these boys. We should be able to do a green sword, boom, and we should be able to do green rope when we pick these up. Yeah, boy, there it is. All right, so look at that. Let's put that down. So we are 50. We're like 53 minutes in. And we got green sword and green robe. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Are we left with any materials? Because I would love to do a green trident. Do I have any gear left? I do. I have quite a bit. So let's take these. I can't remember how many it was. So let's just take everything. I'm gonna do green trident so we can catch 2 kilon siika, which is 2 kilogram white fish. Alright, here we go. Here we go. So, green tridents. It's 2 and 2. Let's do that. So I guess we did it. Yeah, there it is. Alright, I'm just gonna take everything to the bank. And we're gonna go fish, fish, fish. Fish, 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 fish. So we're almost an hour in. So far, I am enjoying my stay. I'm having a good time. That's really important. So let's take the sword away and put it in the bank. And I think the level 2 fishing place is here. I hope catching siika has the proper sound effects. 2 kilo siika. No, it doesn't. There's no sounds in the game for the beta. Alright, here we go. Here we go. So here's the fishing place. I think this is level 2. Yeah, it's level 2. So wait, we're getting perch? We should be getting whitefish. Wait. So this is tier 1? Oh man, I've maybe this one. I don't want perches. I want whitefish. Let's see if this was the correct one. Okay. I think this is it. Judging by the fact that we're not getting any fish, I think this is it. Wow. We're really not getting any fish, are we? Perch? What the fuck? Ah, there it is. So I think it has like a low chance of getting the previous tier. I'm already getting 2, which doesn't feel right. Okay, so that's more like it's okay. We are getting white fish, people. Good looking fish, damn right. Hey, Dotmate is here. What's up, Wisher? How's it going, Dotmate? We are playtesting the game. I have a timer to see how fast you can progress. Right now, we've been playing for a little less than an hour. And we are currently in tier 2 out of tier 5. So I think this game has content for, I don't know, we're gonna see. We're not gonna be able to finish it today, so we're gonna be continuing tomorrow. And true random strikes again, yeah. I can't remember what's the like drop chance of perch from this pool, but it feels quite high here. All right, so I'm just gonna eat the perches. I want only the whitefish. I heard you played Overwatch yesterday. I should give you a penalty. Yeah, give me the best hashtag you got. Give me the best. Beggar has been watching for 14 hours. Let's go. Give me all your white perches. All right, so now let's see what would be the optimal thing to do. Kokko gives us fragments and green ores. And it has a low chance of dropping like jewelry. But other than that, I'm kind of like wondering like I probably need the fragments, but I think we actually ought to like check out what we need for cyan gear. What do we need for cyan gear? Right, give me one more. One more. Okay, 2 more. I ate that one. I'm gonna drop that one. So 3 more. 2 more. But yeah, that's true. I did play some Overwatch yesterday. It was actually quite fun. Alright, one more. Alright, bag full of white fish. Good stuff. Now let's take a look at the recipes. I think the cyan gear is gonna be a whole lot harder to do. But we're gonna check it out here. So cyan sword requires, well, it's actually not that bad. It's just cyan gear or cyan ingots, 5 fragments and the green sword. Same thing probably for the cyan robe. Yeah, so that's not too bad. Let's work towards that. To get cyan stuff, we're gonna need cyan ingots, so you need cyan ores, and cyan ores drop from the cyan mobs. So yeah, that's kind of like the how things go. So I'm just gonna put a couple of these away. Put that in the bank. Get the sword, and we can get one more fish, and there it is. All right. Let's go say hi to Kokko birds. Maybe we're lucky and we'll get an amulet or something. But we need 10 fragments. I think we had 4 in the bank if I checked correctly. We are now an hour in. Ooh, we're hitting 5. That's freaking PogChamp. There's already one. Oh my god. Already one fragment and we are loaded with fish. Let's see if I brought too many. Okay, that guy didn't drop anything. Stop running away from me. Stop, in the name of law. Alright, we are really cooking with the gear. 2 fragments. I think we need 6, so we're already really good. We're already really good. There's one. Okay, I need to... turns out I have too much fish with me. But the more you know. The more you know. More fish. How's Dotmany doing? Okay, we got a green ore now. I think we gotta get rid of some of my fish. We gotta get... I'm just gonna eat a few of them. Yeah, it feels like green gear is actually quite good against these guys. Let's put that as a note. Green gear too strong for Kokko. Because we're just blasting our way through these guys. They are barely scratching me. They are barely scratching me. And feels a little OP. All right, how many we have? We have already 5 fragments. And I think we needed 6. I could be remembering that wrong. So let's have a couple extra. There's one. Yeah, we're destroying the motherfuckers. Item durability might be one way to slow down the progress. Yeah, there's a whole lot we could do. Like I said, I don't want it to be too tedious at this point. And I don't mind like people being strong in beta. Like if this game becomes a thing, we can slow it down. I think people are gonna be all right with it. I just want the people to, you know, like experience the game and not get frustrated about getting bad loot or something. But yeah, I think we are going to tune down the numbers a little bit. I think the player feels a little bit too strong already. Like hitting 5 against Kokko. I think Kokko has like 10 armor or 10 defense, and they're already getting farmed like this. Yeah. But yeah, definitely taking all feedback. And I want you guys to get your hands on this game as well, so you can kind of like, you know, let me know what you think about the pacing. Is Coco a boss? No, it's like the third mob in the game. Ooh, that's a black amulet. I think that's perfect timing. Like I've been farming for a little while, and now we got a black amulet that's gonna make us a little bit stronger as well. So I'm just gonna do a couple fragments more, then we're gonna get out of here. Vaka, good day. Yeah, they do look like boss, but then again, it's cool that we have cool bosses, or cool mobs. I am too bright as well, so let's tune down the brightness of my key light. I'm still too bright, but I think it's because of the curtains being open. Alright. We are 1 hour and 5 minutes in, and I'm starting to be really happy with our progress. I'm just gonna let's do one more fragment. Okay, we actually left it there. We left it there. Come on. Alright, one more. I'm hooked. Also starving. I gotta stop soon. Alright, so let's take that boy with us. Okay, I'm happy with this. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fragments with us. Let's see what we can do with it. So we have 12 of those. So I'm gonna pick up some food, and we're gonna be heading towards the cyan mobs, which are gonna be the gatekeepers for cyan tier. Let's see how we do against them. So I'm just gonna put everything into the bank. We have 14 fragments. I'm just gonna take all the food I have, and we're gonna head back to the other side for the cyan mobs. Could be fun to have aggressive elite versions of the basic mob spawn with like 1% chance. I kind of like that idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, I think that's funny. All right, so let's see how these guys are. So these guys actually attack you. I too hit the motherfucker. What the hell? What the hell, dude? I too hit him. Okay, that was just a lucky. This was just a lucky hit. It's just a lucky hit, you know. All right, let's have a piece of berry. I'm freaking slicing through these guys. Okay, so we got a cyan ore now. 5 feels good. 5 feels freaking strong. Damn. Damn. You're getting like really powerful early on. One way would be to give them all more HP and kind of like bigger stats. What do you guys think is better? Kind of like let players hit harder and increase the health of the mobs, or like tone down the numbers? What do you guys think is the better solution? We have 3 cyan ores. What do you guys think? We gotta be mindful about the power creep though, because okay, so I'm just like putting my light away. We gotta be mindful about the power creep because this is a PvP game, and if people are hitting like this hard, the 20 HP health pool is gonna... Oh, we got a cyan, a green amulet. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. So how many we have? We have 3 cyan ores. I think we need like. I don't know how many we're gonna need for the pickaxe and stuff. But I'm guessing this is not... Ooh, we hit 6 with the new amulets. It's kinda nuts. It's kinda nuts. So I don't think these guys have hit me harder than 1. Have they hit me harder than 1? Yeah, like I think the mobs are hitting like weak ass. Mobs are not giving me any trouble, which you can kind of like see that the ratio of food received and the food used is just way off, because I'm basically like I'm gaining food as I kill them, and that's not what you want. So I'm gonna put that down. Yeah, like all mobs feel weak. And I think I have a solution for that in mind, but yeah, well, anyway, now we got attacked. Hey, there's a cyan ore. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Okay, so we have 4 now. We have 4. I think we're gonna head to the town and see if we can get a pickaxe. Nice. Okay, let's do one more. One more. One more ore and then I'm gonna be happy. Where are you, mobs? There you are. 6. Hey, Aaron! How's it going, Aaron? We are playtesting here. The first playtest. This is me playtesting the experience. We're not gonna be able to finish this today. There is so much to do. It's kind of like quite a bit of death already, so we're gonna be finishing this tomorrow. But let's see if we can get to the cyan tier 3 gear. Oh, there's the ore I was looking for. All right. All right. So the mobs are definitely weak. They need to be buffed. I have like 1 tier less of an armor, and I'm just like I'm blasting through them. How is the dev grind going? It's going good. I am really enjoying my stay. I just want to get the game to a state where I can share it with you, and we can like play test it together, see how it is. Right now it's feeling way too easy. Alright, so let me put everything into the bank. And I'm gonna take the ores with me. And the bloods and the fragments. I don't know what we're gonna need. And let's see. I just patched my game about 5 minutes ago. Yay! Let's go! What did you patch? What did you give it? Alright, we're gonna be smelting. So let's do this. We should be getting 3 bars. But yeah, let's see. So if I press it slowly. Okay, so it does give me 2 sometimes. For example, now I got 1 extra, so I have 4. Which is fine. The cyan sword is gonna need 10 ingots. I have 4. What about the pickaxe? So the pickaxe only needs 2 and 2. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create the pickaxe. And now we can really farm the cyan. I'm gonna show you a gamer move in just a second. What are you gonna do about the music and the sound effects? Nothing for the beta. It's not a concern of mine right now. So let's put that away. I'm gonna keep the sword if the mobs find me. I'm gonna take like 1 fish with me. And yeah, so I'm gonna show you a gamer move. This is something you couldn't have done in RuneScape Classic, which is the inspiration for this game, but you can do it in my game because I'm using advanced AI pathfinding. So I can just press there and he's gonna look a little silly while doing it, but he's gonna find the way. So be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, so apparently the freaking cyan pickaxe is destroying these guys. Like, what the hell? All right, so now we get to farm these boys, which we're gonna get cyan ore fairly quickly. Added a new map, bandit hideout. All the bandit mobs with all current weapon combos. Oh, that's cool. That's cool stuff. Healing from food could be heal over time to increase time between fights and also make it scarier if you get chased by a boss or elite since you can't heal instantly. Ah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I kind of like that. I think we could look into that, Cube Soda. You got really good ideas. Hey, we got our first rare, like a mineral drop. So we got a gem, which is cool stuff. I really like the fact that the mob ran like past me and it didn't aggro, because I would like to consider this place to be safe, but you kind of like have to kind of like, if you don't want to fight them, you need to stay alert. So I think he's kind of like doing that. All right, so we got a bag full of cyan now. So let's head back to the town. Isn't the instant healing part of the RuneScape combat? It is, yes. But I am open to changing the formula if it creates a unique feeling. Mobs aggro in the game, yeah. Some of them do. They're kind of like the ladder mobs do. Can multiple mobs aggro you? Yeah. You can only fight one at a time, but yeah, multiple people can aggro you, or multiple mobs can attack you. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put these away. And I think we ought to do some smelting before we do anything else. So let's smelt. Then you could make the food have HP regen and maybe potions that can insta heal. Interesting. I like the idea of adding potions. To kind of like give more twist and variety. Let's see how much we get these. So we had like a bag full, and we have 2, 6, 10, 12 Ingots, that's fine. Let's see what needs to be done to get ring, cyan ring. We need 2. No, I only have 1. So we can't do that. Let's see about the armor. So cyan needs 10, 5, and 1. So I have 10. I have that. I think we have everything. We just gotta pick up the fragments. Ingots, yeah. How do you pronounce the shits? I don't know. Let's take a look at that next. We are 120 in now. We're 120 in, so I'm gonna put these away. I'm gonna take these with me. Just a couple extra in case I checked it wrong. And I think that's it. Ignots. 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 I don't know. It's freaking hard word. I always think the G and N are the wrong way around, you know. So let's unequip the robe. And here we go. Cyan robe. Boom. That's a big feat. So we are in tier 3 armor now. We need more bars. I'm gonna use bars from now on, so that I don't need to pronounce it. I'm gonna put everything away. We're gonna take the sword back. Just gonna grab a couple of fish. I think that's gonna be enough. Wait, I should mine. Why am I doing that? I should mine. So let's just take 1 fish with us. I'm gonna do the gamer move again, and I'm gonna grab the food that I had in my oven. I just swap the energy in my mind and go. Alright, I'm gonna put that on. Be right back. I'm grabbing some food. The motherfuckers really want to die, huh? That's fine. That's fine by me. Alright, let's mine these shits. Translator says it like Inyet. 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 My first impression of the game seems to be only grinding without any challenge, but the mobs aggro, that immediately sounds more interesting, as there might be some challenge as well. Well, the game's supposed to be chill. The game, this game is supposed to be something you're not gonna be sweating over, except for when you are doing when you're doing PvP or the bosses, like the final bosses. So I think I'm kind of like nailing it. It could be more challenging. Like right now, it feels a little bit too easy. The mobs are dropping way too much food in terms of how little it takes to kind of like get through them. So the balance is way off. I think the farming of like getting these things is a little bit too fast as well. It's not horrible, but it's a little too fast. Yeah. This game is supposed to be like a RuneScape in the kind of like vibe that you're gonna be spending, like if you want to get like good with blacksmithing, you're gonna be spending hours and hours in. Like that's kind of like the chill vibe. So you're just like, you know, watching YouTube videos on your other screen and just like clicking these and bringing it to the, you know, bringing it to the bank and bringing it to the smelter and yeah. Oh, I see. I find chill games boring, so it sounds like you're close to your target. Yeah. I want this game to be chill, that you can play with one hand, and that there is like high risk, high reward PvP and boss fights. So that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. It needs some testing to get it right. Alright, so let's take these to smelter right away. I think we have enough ore to do the ring and the sword. And let's see where we are then. So I'm just gonna set these in smelt, smelt, smelt. Smelt, 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 smelt. We got a lot of bars. How many did we get? 2, 6, 10, 13. Mixing chill and PvP is always hard, but I think you are in the right track. Thanks, Waka. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's put that one away and take the fragments with me. Take the gem with me, except that it dropped. So now we have 2 those and 6 of those. Alright, I don't think we're gonna be able to do it on one go, so might as well go see if we can do it now. But can't you say anything like you want if you think about Brits or Australians in school English? They're not in the same solar system. True. Very true. So let's go to the crafting and yeah, we can do Cyan Ring. So this is gonna be a huge buff. Huge buff for us. Now we got everything on, or we basically have like one of each equipment. Now let's take a look at what we need for the sword. So we need 5 fragments and 10 bars. Let's see if I have that. We're closing in on 1.5 hours of gameplay. Could definitely slow this down. Alright, so let's see here. We have... Okay, so we are missing fragments, so we gotta farm a little more. So let's do that. Let's do that then. Just gonna like pick a couple food with me. Let's see if I can play with one hand like I was supposed to. This is the true test. Can I eat and play? Man, I did some good stew. That was the very first 7. So we can, with this gear, we can hit 7. All right, we are. I think we're really close to finishing the farm here. So I think everything is a little bit too easy. That's kind of like the only major issue here. Major issue? Damn right. Alright, let's take one more fragment. Feels like the fragments kind of like a little bit too common. Okay, now we got a black amulet. Alright, we're done here. We're done here. So that was really fast in my opinion. That was really fast. We are 1:33 minutes in, and we're gonna be getting the cyan sword now. Which means that there's 2 tiers left. And they are the hardest to get, obviously. There's the factor which isn't taken into account here, which is the other players. So you're gonna be fighting for mobs. So I think this is kind of like painting a little too easy picture in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. I can't remember how many it was again, so I'm just gonna take that. Let's see, cyan sword, here I come. Ground control, you major issue. Ground control, you major issue. Take your fish and put your helmet on. Alright, can we do cyan sword? We can if we unequip our weapon. And there it is. There it is, boys! Woo! We got a cyan sword. I'm just gonna gank one of these for sport. For sport. Boom. I'm gonna kill you as well. Boom. Nice. Alright. So let's put that down. We are 1 hour 30... I don't know, 34 minutes in. And we got a cyan sword, cyan robe, cyan amulet, green, no, it's wrong, cyan ring and green amulet. So we're already talking a pretty good gear in 1.5 hours. Are those weapons and armors gonna have different names? Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think so, yeah. It's kind of silly what they are called. Okay, so we are now at the point where we gotta go kill Sons of Tuoni. So I'm gonna take just a couple fish with me because I'm feeling so confident that they are too weak. So the fishing as a profession is like completely useless because of the current balance. It's literally like pointless. The legendary cyan sword that killed the gods of Tuonela. Yeah, I know, yeah. I already gave the final tier weapon and armor a name, so they're gonna be Amber. But yeah, we gotta come up with the names for the others as well. All right, man, the time is running. I'm actually having a lot of fun. So here are the Sons of Tuoni. Let's see if I can catch these sons of bitches. So they drop... I can't remember what they drop. Let's see what they drop. So he's hitting me for once, which is silly. I'm hitting him for like 6 and 7, and he's like 1, 1, 1. Frozen Michael Jackson's, yeah. So there's I actually forgot that there's another cyan mineral there. So can these guys hit for harder than 1? Okay, so we got a fish. We currently haven't seen harder hits than 1 from them. They are hitting me more often than the others, so the attack is working. But the strength... Ooh, we hit 8. 9! Oh my god, what the hell? 9's kind of popping off. Then we're missing nothing from them. 9! So I can 2-hit these. Okay, they are hurting, but they could be hurting much harder. They are basically like constantly hitting ones. I'm just thinking, like, what did I give them? Like, what are they dropping? Should I go straight for Ayatar? Like, is that the kind of like thing that I should do here? I don't have time to go for Ayatar today, I don't think. Although I think I am more than enough powerful for her. They're just dropping anglerfish. They're just dropping anglerfish. Nothing else. Yeah, I'm gaining more food than I'm using again. One way to boost fishing would be to stop giving food from the mobs. What is that fish in Finnish? Turska. No, this is kind of like the legendary, like deep sea ocean fish. You know, the one that has lights on the top of his head. What is that called in Finnish? I don't know. Is it varjokala? I can't remember. I'm off outside the door. Wish me luck. Hey, good luck, dude. Good luck. Suklaamonni. So these guys are just like not dropping anything. Like, what is this? Have I fucked the drop table up? Because this isn't right. I don't think this is right. They're supposed to drop... I think they're supposed to drop like science stuff at least. Okay, so there's a cyan gem, so that's something. I think we're just gonna like kind of like meme, and we're gonna go straight for Louhi. Yeah. So we aren't supposed to go for Louhi now, but I just want to see like how ridiculously off the numbers are. Like, can I take her? Can I take her 140 into our playtest? We'll see. I buffed her quite a bit. I think she has 200 HP now. So let's see. Let's see how she is. She's hitting me for once. Okay, there's 3. Yeah, she's definitely hurting me. I'm not hurting her. Ooh, 7. That's a good one. So this is gonna be a real challenge, I suppose. I wonder how hard she can hit me. 3. 3 is not that hard. But she is hitting it often. I think it's actually doable. I got her to 50% soon. Yeah, it's definitely doable. Yeah, so the numbers are way off. Like, there's no way I should be able to do this. Like, I don't even have the weakness ring with me, which is gonna like lower her defense quite a bit. Yeah, this is easily doable. So now we just skip the freaking red gear altogether. Is that what it is? Let's see what she drops. I'm not sure if we can do... Yeah, we can't skip. We can't basically skip the red level because of the philosophy I had. So you need to craft the red stuff. There it is. So what did we get? We got fragment 3 droplets. Okay, so so that's a major bug. We have a major bug. Guaranteed loot doesn't work. Yeah, that's a big one. So we just killed Lohi and we didn't get the one item that was supposed to drop like all the time, which is the ember. So that's not what you want. All right, but basically we kind of finished the game now. To kind of like finish the beta, you would need to kill her twice so that you get 2 of the embers. So let's just put this down. So 140. We killed Lohi. Basically skipped red gear. I think the farming the red gear would have taken us like half an hour. So I think if we continued playing like we were supposed to, I think at like 2-hour mark we would have gotten like a red robe, red sword, and the stuff that we had for the amulets and rings. And then it would have taken us maybe like another 30 minutes or so to get the embers. So I think currently the game with these stats, with this progression, with these power numbers, I think the game can be finished in 2 to 3 hours. I don't think it's horrible. I think like other players are going to slow you down because they're gonna be fighting for the same everything. Fishing feels completely like useless because of how strong you are and how little the mobs hit. So I think just by like tweaking how the mobs hit is gonna change the experience quite a bit. Right now I don't think I ever had to like worry about the mobs. They were just like hitting me for 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, and even low he was like, I think she hit me for like 3 or 4 max. And that's just too little. Phosphor, good day, how's it going? Yeah, we did some playtesting. I played for 145 and we basically finished the game by killing Lohi. So it wasn't optimal. So we gotta tweak the numbers. And that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. I'm just gonna like put everything into the bank here and call it here. This is what we did with Newbit 6000. I'm just gonna save this beautiful paint and put it as a memento for ourselves. The shadows of Tuonela art. First beta test, bugs and timers. Alright, I'm gonna add this into the shadows of Tuonela. Alright, guys, hey, I hate to call it here, but I gotta run so that I can meet the entrepreneur experts at the employment office. So I'm gonna be calling the stream here, guys. I'm gonna raid Clayman or Heidevisco. Let's raid Heidevisco because he was here. He was here earlier. So thank you guys for dropping by. I'll catch you tomorrow, first thing in the morning, unless I didn't get sleep or something. So see you tomorrow, guys. Join Discord if you want more news, more network. Have fun at the thank you, Tseikko. Let's ride Heidevisco. He's a lovely German guy, a game dev as like me. I'll let you know how the entrepreneur talk went. All right. Catch you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.